Welcome to the Shelf Learner, educating myself with the books from my shelf. Welcome to the Shelf Learner, educating myself with the books from my shelf. In this video, I'd like to celebrate my 2-month anniversary as an official booktuber. I became a booktuber on the 20th of December, 2025, and today is the 20th of February, 2026. I'd like to share some of my observations in the past 2 months. So this video is going to be a lot like gumbo soup. You ever try gumbo soup, where you kind of throw in all different kinds of ingredients? Well, I'm going to kind of throw in different things in this video. I'd like to start with talking about how this channel got started, my observations, my honest observations of BookTube, the BookTube community, how it ties into Historathon 2026, and some closing thoughts. This is going to be like gumbo soup, just as a precaution for those people who have allergies to gumbo. This video is specifically for viewers who like to be challenged to take their life to a higher level. This is not for viewers who are hypersensitive, who like to have their ears tickled with sweet lies instead of the uncomfortable truth. Speaking about truth, I got a t-shirt here from Booker T. Washington. It says, "A lie doesn't become truth, wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by the majority." So enough about that. Shelf Learner. I was inspired to come up with that name because I enjoy reading books. I have a lot of books on my shelf, and I wanted to have a platform to document my online journey of the takeaways I get from all the books that I read, to inspire myself and others to be transformed in mind, body, and spirit, to be the best version of ourselves as we were created to be. Some of my honest observations of the BookTube community. Well, I recognize that there's 3 components. Number 1, you have the viewer. Number 2, you have the content creator. And number 3, you have the algorithm. Well, in most cases, the viewer, they like to watch videos for comfort and connection. You have the content creator. They would like to have a platform as a means of expression and also to connect with others. And you have the algorithm, the bots that identify retention and reward with profitability. And the more retention you have, the more visible you are, the more you're rewarded on this platform. So this is like a juggling act of trying to be as authentic as we can be, but at the same time trying to find that happy medium. Well, for me personally, I would rather be as authentic as I possibly can be, but at the same time to be sensitive to this public space, recognizing that, people are people, and there's certain parameters that you need to navigate to be able to have harmony on this platform. As far as this channel is concerned, I was inspired by How to Read a Book. Mortimer J. Adler talks about the highest level of reading, syntopical reading. I like to read multiple books on a specific topic from different angles. I like to hear opposing views as well as views in the middle. And how this ties into Historathon. If you're participating in Historathon 2026, or maybe you just enjoy reading history books and not being a participant of this challenge, I encourage you to read multiple books so that you can have a better understanding of what has taken place in the past. When it comes to reading history books, when you're able to recognize the patterns of the past, it's like speaking a foreign language. Understanding the language of the patterns, you'll be able to recognize the events that's going on today and the trends that you'll see tomorrow. For example, it's been said that the patterns of the past predict current and future trends. So if you're able to read multiple books from different perspectives and recognize the patterns, you'll be able to make sense of the world today. As an illustration, have you ever heard of the Boston Tea Party? Well, in the Boston Tea Party, the Indians were throwing the tea into the water. My question to you, were those really Indians? The obvious answer is no. In the Boston Tea Party, these people were dressed up as Indians when they were throwing the tea into the water. Now, if you understand that pattern, you'll be able to recognize that that playbook is often played where you think the people are the Indians, when in reality they're just actors. If you don't read history books, you won't be able to recognize that pattern, and you'll be like most people and have shallow thinking and just take what you see as gospel truth, when in reality it's not. There's a deeper story behind it. Not only reading nonfiction books, I got a book here, Planet of the Apes by Pierre Bol. This is a story that a lot of people are familiar with. It's been made into movies. And one thing I appreciate about fiction books is the fact that you can use metaphors to tell truths of what's really happening in the world. So you don't have to just read historical nonfiction books. You can read fiction books too that's tied in to help you recognize the patterns of the past so that you know what's going on in the present and what's to come in the future. Just some closing remarks. I encourage you, if you're a booktuber, be your authentic self. I recently watched a video where a fellow booktuber was talking about his interest in hippos and how he wants to save the hippos. And he was kind of concerned, well, will that fit well with his channel? Will his viewers still watch because he talks about things like hippos and topics that interest him? The point is, this is your platform. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, understandably, being sensitive to the community. You don't want to just say anything and disrupt the harmony of the community. But I encourage you to be yourself. So just want to say thank you to those people who comment on this channel. Thank you to all the subscribers in the past 2 months. And I encourage you to read syntopically so that you can learn the patterns of the past and make sense of what's going on today. And of course, make it a great day.